Good morning, everyone. Leah Dixon here from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. I am live with week 7 of my Sale-a-bration Sunday series. So this has been a special series of videos that I've been doing to highlight some of our Sale-a-bration products. And this is the second to last week. Next weekend is the last weekend of Sale-a-bration. I can't even believe it. Today, I would love to show you a new Sale-a-bration item that Stampin' Up! Has released. It's actually in our mini catalog. It's the Enjoy the Moment Designer Series paper that they're now offering for free with a $60 purchase. So I'm going to switch over to my desktop so you guys can have a really nice up-close view. And you'll also be able to see the stamp set that we're using. I've been using it all week, actually, with this paper. So this is our Taco Fiesta stamp set. It's just such a fun, awesome stamp set. And then the paper that I'm featuring today is the Enjoy the Journey. And it's actually a really beautiful paper with mountains and starry skies. And then the other side is all patterns. And I found them really fun and loved playing with them with the Taco Fiesta set. They're just really vibrant, awesome sets. So here's an example of being able to use the mountain side of the paper on a card. So I used the mountain and the starry sky in the background and then just created a beautiful sunset in the back. But today we're going to play with just the patterns. So this card that we're going to create is actually a really fun layout that you can do with any designer series paper. And all it is 2 strips of designer series paper in a coordinating color, as well as a second pattern, and it's 3 by 4 inches. And so we could actually set this up. Oh, that's actually kind of pretty. We could set this up using either side of our paper. So we could have the patterns like that, or go really wild and have like all the stripes and fun colors like that. I actually am wondering, I might actually change up my whole thing right now, because that is just so pretty, having the mountains bordering the pattern. So I think we might go a little rogue on today's card, and then I'll have actually 2 cards to show you, because with the same layout, because I didn't realize how pretty that combo was together. So we're going to play a little bit, go a little bit off script, because I did have a card planned for you. I've even got it photographed. All right, so when we put these down, whatever patterns you're using, the kind of key to this is that you do your 2 outside patterns first, and then you fit your inside pattern in. So I want these to have kind of an equal border on 3 sides. And then I'm going to glue the other one in on the other side. So as you guys pop in, if you want to say hi, let me know who's watching. If you've got this Taco Fiesta set, let me know. I'd love to hear how you're enjoying creating with it. And if you don't have it, now's a great time to purchase it, because you can grab that Taco Fiesta set, a couple Stampin' Blend pens, and qualify for Sale-a-bration rewards like this paper. But also, if you use my host code, you qualify to get the make and takes for my class this week featuring this paper and the Taco Fiesta stamp set. And for an over $70 order, I'm also throwing in a package of the matte black dots. So if you don't have this one and you've wanted it, it's a great time to get it. All right. Whoops. There we go. That's why I like liquid glue. When you put it down crooked, you can just scooch it over and line it back up. Okay. So there we go. We have our background. Oh, good morning. It just says Facebook user. So you can either let me know who's watching, or I can go in and check on Facebook afterwards. Okay, so there we go. We've got our background all ready to go. Now, I was going to use the Holy Guacamole, It's Your Birthday sentiment, but I think I'm going to change up really everything to do with this. So I'm going to start with just a 3 by 3 square of paper, and I'm going to grab my stylish shapes. And the second largest stylish shape circle is what we're going to use. I'm going to grab my boho blue mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I am sure you guys have heard me say it before, but just in case you're new to watching or you didn't hear me, this little machine can actually be yours for joining my team. Stampin' Up! Has a deal on right now. It says smoking deal. For $135, you can get $225 worth of product of your choice. Or for $175, you can get $225 worth of product of your choice, plus this mini machine in either the boho blue or the basic white. All right, so I've just got my dies on here now. Stampin' Up! Has actually just released a little bit of information in a little video, just reminding people that the best way to do this is to create an E with your plates. So your center one is just recessed a little bit from your other two, and then to roll it through. And their other suggestion is one that I've done for a long time, is to use plate 3 instead of plate 1. Oops. Sorry, guys. So use plate 3 instead of plate 1 when you're rolling through, and it just kind of lessens it just the tiniest bit. All right, now I'm going to put this one through, and there we go. All right, so yeah, if you're not part of a team already and you live in Canada, I'd love to have you join my team. We meet regularly online, so it doesn't matter where in Canada you are, and we craft together. We go over some business stuff if you're a business person, and just have a nice time. We run challenges on our page, and it's a very supportive crafting community. If you have questions or want to share your stuff, they're really great. So I would love to have you join, and now is a fantastic time to join. All right, so we are going to be putting this circle onto our card, but before we do that, we're going to add a few little bits to it and give it a little color in the background. So my original plan, I had my Melon Mambo all ready to go, but I think we're going to change this up and do a little bit of Mango Melody in the background. So I'm going to grab my Mango Melody and a little blending brush. And I don't want to get my paper all wrecked up, so I just did my quick little wipe off the excess on the back of this. And we're not doing a ton, just giving a little dash of color to this, and that's about it. All right, so I'll put my blending brush back. We'll put away our ink, and I'm also going to have to switch up my stamps because I was going to do the little piñata, but I think we're going to switch it up. And I think this card, we're going to say, your nacho average friend. And so we're going to grab that sentiment. Nacho average friend. And I'm going to move holy guacamole. Actually, yeah, we'll do your nacho average friend. We can still do that. All right. So I've got a little strip of paper here, and I was going to stamp that in black. I'm going to still stamp it in black. I still want it to stand out a lot. So we're going to grab our Memento black ink. The nacho average friend. There we go. And that's all done. We're actually going to leave this black ink out. I hate leaving ink out, but I feel like we're going to need to do a bunch of stamping right now. Now, I have another scrap piece of paper here, and we're going to stamp some bits on here. So I think what we're going to do, I feel like I want our cactus on this card. Let's see. I'll remove that. And I think this piece... yeah, we're going to be a little bit of a lazy stamper because all this stuff's getting cut out. I'm going to do a little Stampin' collage. And we're going to get a little nacho chip and a couple little more nacho chips. And we're going to try to just squeeze them all onto this block. There we go. And do I want anything else? Maybe one little pepper. All right, so that's a lot of stuff on here. And we are now going to actually take our black ink to this. So this is great if you are planning to like make multiples of a card. This is totally something you can do with this set, which is we've taken all of our images, inked them all at once, and stamped them all at once. There you go. Now we do need two little faces for our nacho and for our cactus. I think our cactus needs a big old mustache, and our little nacho can have a little smile. There we go. So I'm going to ink up my little mustache here and add him direct to my cactus. So cute. And then we're going to get our little nacho chip. Give him a little smile. There we go. So now we are done with our ink, and I'm going to put that away. And we're going to grab some Stampin' blends. Now, let's see here. Oh, of course. Well, we'll use a different green. Let's see. I actually have, well, that's too light. The background's not going to be, oh, maybe it's, no, it's not going to be dark enough. Okay, I am going to go grab my Granny Apple Green. I wasn't going to go get it from my other bin, but we need it. All right. And I had a stamp class yesterday, and a bunch of my stuff is rearranged. All right, here we go. Here are some colors that we're going to need for today. So I've got my dark Granny Apple Green, and all I'm going to do with it is accentuate those muscles on our Mr. Cactus. Just a little stripe down there. Give him a few little muscles over here too. And then I'm going to use the fine tip end and color in the rest of our cactus in kind of circular motions, going over that dark stripe that I did to help it blend in. All right. And then same with his other arm. There we go. And then same with his body. Okay. Try to be careful going around his eyes and everything. I want to keep a tiny bit of white in the pupils of his eyes, so I don't want to get too close and have it bleed in. There we go. And again, circular motions over here to kind of help it blend. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so our cactus is colored in. I'm going to grab some real red for our little pepper that we have here. I know the DSP looks like chips. That's why I thought, oh, we got to do the nacho average friend. It's so cute. So for our pepper, I'm going to do, again, that same little stripe of dark. And then I'm going to use the fine tip end of our light and blend it in. Okay. And we'll grab our light Granny Apple and just do the tip of that pepper. Awesome. Okay, so now our chips are a little bit fun. I like to use the, oh, darn it, I grabbed the dark. I like the light So Saffron. There we go. So we're going to use light So Saffron on our chips. Sorry, actually we're going to do that second. I'm going to go in first with my light crumb cake. And everywhere where the chip has like the little dots to make it darker, I'm going to color those spots with my light crumb cake first. And then I'm going to color the whole chip with light So Saffron. Give it that nice little corn chip look. It's got its little crispy parts. Okay, and then the final touch on that is to go back in with our dark crumb cake and give those little dots a little dab. Just adds more to like the cooked crispiness of these little tortilla chips. All right. So those guys are done. And then finally, we need our hat for our cactus. Now, I've been doing these quite subdued and like usually like a brown hat with some red trim. But I feel like for our cactus today with this gorgeous orange background and everything, maybe we want to go a little bit more wild. So instead of doing a brown hat with a red trim, I think we might do a red hat with a brown trim and keep it... make it quite vibrant. So I'm going to take the dark, the tiny end of the dark real red, and I'm going to come in and color in that edge of the hat. And I'm almost tempted to bring in, you know what, we might do it, and then if I don't like how it looks, we'll just stamp a new hat. I think I want to bring in some blues into this. Because yeah, on that background, just to have like maybe an orchid oasis. Oh, I think that'll be nice. Kind of a bluish purple on that hat. Might be too much. Let's just do a little dab aside. Yeah, that might be too much. Okay, glad I dabbed it to the side. All right, how about some Calypso Coral? I just don't want to like tone it down too much, but it might actually be that we're gonna be boring. We're gonna come in here with our dark crumb cake and do that. There we go. It's too many colors otherwise. All right, so we've got some nice colors going on. Now we get to start putting this card together. We're gonna have to do some fussy cutting and all that. We're also going to grab our Banners Pick-a-Punch, and this is great for this little sentiment piece that we've got. So we can pop this in here. There we go. Line that up and snip. And now we have, oh, that's a little bit crooked. Yikes. There we go. And now we have a nice banner created to put onto the front of our card. The one end's going to get tucked under the circle, so it doesn't need to be snipped into a banner. All right. The other thing you could do with these is use, say, like the Stylish Shapes label and create your label like that, and then it'll also have the stitching. So that's a second option. But we're going to keep ours like this. And so we're going to take this piece and attach it to our card front with dimensionals as well as our sentiment, just like that. So let's find the dimensionals. There we go. So I'm just going to do 4 on the back of this circle. And I'm actually going to put it down first. And it doesn't actually matter which way that goes down. There we go. And then we're going to grab this guy, and I'm going to put one definitely out at the end, one kind of middle-ish, but I'm not going to do any further along because I may have to snip some of this off. We'll just see how it runs. Yeah, it's bumping into my dimensionals that I put on my circle. So we're just going to trim that back a bit. And I also want it so that I can see the whole sentiment. That's going to be important. There we go. So your Nacho Average Friend. Now we'll keep those off to the side, and we're going to start cutting these little guys out. Yeah, I'm going to cut them out. I was maybe going to give them a little border, but we're just going to cut them out really close. Sometimes I'll give them a little pool party border and then cut them out with a bit of a wider border. But today I think we're just going to keep it simple and cut nice and close to that black line, because we've already sponged the back with the Mango Melody. So I don't want to have a pool party border on these guys. It would kind of make them stand out in the wrong kind of way. If we had done like a little pool party background, then that would be perfect, but we didn't. We're going to keep it bright and sunny. I love the feel of Mango Melody. It's just such a happy color. It's like bright, sunshiny beautifulness on such a gloomy day. My day's exceptionally gloomy because on top of the rain, I have to go write report cards after this video. Not my favorite job. All right, here we go. Just keep cutting those out. And yeah, so this is kind of the tricky part of this stamp set, is that unless you stamp direct onto like your circle or your background or something, you are going to be fussy cutting these little guys. But I don't know, I just think it's so worth it. They're so adorable. Okay, cut out his little hat. Oh my goodness. And they do look cute stamped direct. I think on at least one of the cards for this week's card class to go, we did stamp direct, and they look great that way too. I just love being able to do the blended backgrounds and make it just a little bit fancier. All right, there's this little hat. We'll get our little pepper here. I don't know why we needed a pepper, but it just, I don't know, it seemed to go. Those orange skies. Here we go. And this guy I've never actually cut out. I've always stamped him direct to a background, so he's a little bit tougher to cut out. He's kind of tiny. I'm managing. You could also probably grab your crafting tweezers and hold on to them that way. All right, there we go. Get rid of that scrap, and now we just have, oh, come on. We just have our extra nacho chips to cut out now, because you're not your average friend. Yeah, I love the puns that come with this one, and I hope Stampin' Up! Does more like this with the cute, funny little puns and stuff. It's one of my favorite paper pumpkins that they've actually turned into a kit now, is the pun fun, I think they called it. So cute. All right, and around we go. And just about done. Okay. All right. And around. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna focus on this one. There we go. Okay. So we've got those all cut out. Now, if you look at any of them and realize, like, whoops, I cut a little too close to the edge and you took away a bit more of the black edge than you'd like. I did that here on my, oh, actually I didn't, oh yeah, there it is. Did this here on my pepper. I'm just going to come in with the edge of my black pen and not even drawing on the top. I'm just kind of going along the edge and fixing that. I think I was fine on my hat. Maybe right there at the tip. There we go. So you can also use this if you've got a white edge that you don't like the look of, because it's like maybe your only little section of white. You can come in with this pen and just totally eliminate that white edge by doing this along the side. So this is just a black Stampin' Right marker, and I'm using kind of the thicker end of it to fix any of these bits up. These guys look good. Check out our last nacho. And oh yeah, he needs it a little bit on the one side. There we go. Awesome. So just a nice way to fix any mistakes if you're cutting and go a little too far. Okay, now we're going to grab our mini dimensionals and we're going to have some fun putting these guys together. So I think we're going to put these two side by side, put a little hat on him, throw a pepper over here, and then put some nachos in front of our cactus, because I don't know why, I don't really love how he sits, like how his base is. It's like it needs some grass or something in front of him. So I like to just throw things like nacho chips or something in front of him. Yeah, just like that. And we'll create like a little scene with those guys on the background there. So we're going to grab each one and just throw a dimensional, just a single mini dimensional on the back, and then pop them into place. So I'm going to move those guys out of the way for a moment while I grab him. Now he gets two. He's big. He might even get one for his arm. Let's see. I don't know if it'll fit. No, a little too big for his arm. We'll skip it. But I'm going to put one on the top of his hat. There we go. So now we'll pop him in right close to our nacho. Put his hat on him. And I like to give it a little tilt to the side. There we go. He's wearing his crazy hat. Now these guys, because they're going to overlap on top of him, I'm only putting a dimensional on the back of one. And then I'm actually going to grab some Seal or Seal Plus. I don't know which one I grabbed here. I grabbed Seal Plus. And just put that on the other side. Make sure any extras like folded in. And that way it will stick to the front of our cactus and still be raised up, but not be double bumped. Okay, there we go. And then our last little nacho and our pepper can each get their own dimensionals. Ooh, it's cutting it close on the pepper. All right. That's actually too big. Okay, our pepper's not going to go on with a dimensional. He's going to go on a little bit in the background with some seal then. So we're just going to flip him over. Give him a little dab of that. I like the Seal Plus because it comes off in tiny, tiny strips and then also can easily be folded over to make sure that it like stays put. All right. Now this little guy, I think we're going to tuck him behind, and then this little guy just like that. Oh, I'm not sure that I like him. Kind of want him popped up. Maybe we'll put him all the way over here. No, he is going to have to go on here, but let's put him in just like that. And then maybe this nacho chip will go somewhere up. So this is always like the part you're going to have to play with and decide, like, how do you want this done? Okay, there we go. We'll put him down like that. All right. So it's just a little bit of playing around, and there we go. So we've got a nice little scene there, your nacho average friend. And now we get to add some embellishments to this card. So I have been using the matte black dots to decorate these cards as of late. So let's grab those and we'll throw a couple of those on. So I think it just goes nicely with the black outline of everything. Keep the black sentiment, and I'll just throw a few of those on. And Another little one down here. And voila, we are finished our card. So this is yet another card that you can create using all the same supplies as my weekly card class. So I'll show you guys what I had originally planned to do until I saw how beautiful the other side of our stripes design was. Here was the original plan. A little piñata, some fun background with the blending brush, and then holy guacamole, it's your birthday. But you can see exactly same layout, just a few different little images, and you've got two great cards. So that is my Sale-a-bration Sunday. This is the Enjoy the Journey Designer Series paper. And you can take it, this fun, cute pattern to look. You can also create like some really beautiful mountainy looks with it. And yeah, there's just so much that you can do with this designer series paper. So if you place a $60 order, this is something fantastic that Stampin' Up! Is offering as a freebie during Sale-a-bration, which of course ends on February 28th. So you don't want to think about it too long. Don't delay because things are starting to sell out. The Dainty Delights Designer Series paper, that beautiful watercolor paper, is now sold out. So things are starting to go. So yeah, act now. Hi, Cynthia from Indianapolis. Thanks for joining. Thank you, everyone, for your comments. Oh, I can't see who it is who's talking, but c'est pour moi. Peut-être c'est Fabienne. Yeah, so you guys are awesome, and thank you so much for joining me. I will be back live again on Wednesday morning with my regular weekly card class to go. Looking forward to that because that will mean report cards are done. Yeah, so you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It's a long weekend here in Canada for Family Day, or at least in British Columbia it is. And so we'll be enjoying that. The boys have gone off-roading today, and so I get some peace and quiet to work. And yeah, so take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, and feel free to message me if you have questions about join specials or ordering or anything. I can always use the break from report cards. Please. Bye.